class by Her Grace Rasamai Lakshmi Priya Devidasi. Yes, I always say Lakshmi Vishnu Priya, but Rasamai Lakshmi Priya Mataji. Quick introduction of her. Mataji, along with her good husband, Satyarupa Prabhu, they do a lot of service for our temple. To name some, especially Mataji, she is a very knowledgeable in scriptures, but she never shows off. Very, very humble Vaishnavi, and never says no to me. So whenever I request her to do service, she always there to do service. She does cooking service. She also teaches sloka for small kids in the neighborhood, and she makes garlands and many things. But she does all these things with the mood of a servant of Guru and Krishna. So that's the real wonderful nature of Mataji. So we are so blessed to have her today speak on Bhagavad Gita. Over to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Satsara Prabhu. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandvat pranams to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Satsara Prabhu and Jai Subhadra Mataji for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak on Bhagavad Gita. Even though I'm not so qualified, I'm trying it as a service and an attempt to purify myself. Please forgive me if I do any mistakes in this process. Thank you. Samanvita will sing Jai Radha Madhav. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Samanvita. Today we'll be discussing about the slokas 13 and 14 from chapter 12. Please use your smartphones to open the same from Vedabase. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Please repeat after me the slokas. Chapter 12, sloka number 13 and 14. Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukakshami Santushta satatam yogi Yathatma dhrida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhi Yo madbhaktas same priyaha Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukakshami Santushta satatam yogi Yatatma dhrida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhihi Yo madbhaktas same priyaha Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukakshami Santushta satatam yogi Yatatma dhrida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhihi Yo madbhaktas same priyaha. If anyone want to recite. Dveshta sarvabhutanam Maitraha karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukakshami Santushta satam yogi Yathatma dhrida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhir Yo madbhaktas same priyaha. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else? Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukhakshami Santushta satatam yogi Yatatma dhrida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhir Yo madbhaktas same priyaha. Thank you, Mataji. Any Prabhus or Matajis? Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukakshami Santushta satatam yogi Yatatma dhrida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhir यो मद्भक्ता समे प्रियः. Thank you, Prabhu. Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna eva cha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Sanmutka sukhakshami Santushta satam yogi Yatatma drida nishchayaha Mayyarpita mano buddhir Yo mad bhakta same priyaham. Thank you, Mataji. If anyone else want to do, otherwise we'll read the translation. Word to word and then translation. Adveshta, non-envious. Sarva bhutanam, towards all living entities. Maitraha, friendly. Karunaha, kindly. Eva, certainly. Cha, also. Nirmamaha, with no sense of proprietorship. Nirahankaraha, without false ego. Sama, equal. Dukkha, in distress. Sukhaha, and happiness. Kshami, forgiving. Santushtaha, satisfied. Satatam, always. Yogi, one engaged in devotion. Yatatma, self-controlled. Dhrida nishchayaha, with determination. Mai, upon me. Arpita, engaged. Manaha, mind. Buddhi, and intelligence. Yaha, one who. Mad bhaktaha, my devotee. Saha, he, may, to me. Priyaha, dear. I'll read the translation. One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and he is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. I'll offer my prayers to the Gurus and then start discussing more on this. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desadarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brunda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So these two slokas are from the 12th chapter entitled as Bhakti Yoga. This chapter firmly describes us how to do the devotional service and what is the way to approach the Supreme Lord. So the chapter begins by Arjuna asking questions whether to worship the personal form of the Supreme Lord or the impersonal form. Krishna replies that one should worship the personal form. That is the only better way to get the reciprocation from the Supreme Lord. So in that discussion, in the last 8 slokas of this chapter, Krishna describes how one can be more dear to the Supreme Lord. Everyone wanted to be dear to Krishna, right? So these are the qualities that Krishna described we all have to inculcate to progress and reach and become dear to Krishna. So these qualities, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. Dveshta means envious. Adveshta means not envious. So one should not be envious towards any living entity. Even though one is envious towards you, we should not be envious towards them. It is not means that the family, the friends, or the relatives, any living entity, whether it be an ant, insect, elephant, dog, anything. So we should be neutral. That is Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. The next one is Maitraha. Maitraha means friendly. We should be friendly with all the living entities. So which is higher than being neutral, higher than Adveshta. The next one is Karuna Evacha. Karuna is kind or merciful. We should be kind and compassionate to all the living entities. The Vaishnava is a Paradukha Dukhi. So the Vaishnava feels pain for others' pain. So this quality we have to inculcate to be dear to Krishna. The next one is Nirmama. Mama means mine. I am the owner. It's mine. It belongs to me. I am the master. Nirmama means free from that feeling, free from sense of proprietorship. So who is the proprietor for everything? Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the proprietor for everything. So it is also stated in the 5th chapter, 29th sloka. Bhoktaram Yajyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Krishna is the proprietor of all the planets and the living beings. So now we may have some possessions in material life. So we are not the actual proprietor for that, but Krishna, we have to consider in such a way that Krishna has given me that possession. I have to take the responsibility of it to take care. Not that I am the proprietor. We have seen, right, the many kings. They have many kingdoms, lands, properties, so many things. But at the end of their life, they have to give it to someone. So anyone cannot be proprietor for anything for the whole life. It stops there. After the life stops, the proprietorship stops, even though you feel if it is a proprietor. But we are not the actual proprietors. So now coming to leave about the possessions. Now we have relations. The spouse, the children, everyone. They are all our property, possessions. They have been given to us by Krishna. We have to take the responsibility of them. We have to take the responsibility of our kids, our elders, our spouse. But we should not feel ownership on them. Right? So that is, the next is Nirmama. The next one is Ahankaraha. Ahankara means false identification with the body or ego. Nirahankaraha means devoid of all things. We should understand, we should know our original position. What is our original position? As a servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is given, Jivera Swarupahai Krishnera Nityadasa. So we are the eternal servants. We are dasas of Krishna, not the Prabhus. Okay? So it is a living entity's constitutional position to be eternal servant of Krishna because we are the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 15.7, it is also mentioned the same. Mamai vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashastrani prakriti stani karishyati. So the translation is, the embodied soul in this material world or my eternal fragmental parts. The next quality is samadhukka sukha. So the devotee should be equal, will be equal in happiness and distress. The devotee is very tolerant. So he is equipoised in both happiness and distress. You know, when the happiness is temporary, the same way distress is also temporary. So one should not be overwhelmed when there is happiness. Instead, we can rejoice and we can celebrate by giving the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We should not be proud of that. So happiness is not permanent, so the distress is also not permanent. So this is also a temporary phase. So knowing this, we should not be depressed. We should learn to deal with it. The next quality is Kshami. This is the most essential for a devotee. Kshami means forgiving. A devotee should be very forgiving because this material world is full of faults. no one can be perfect. There is a tendency to do mistakes. So it's devotee, a Vaishnava, has to deal with it by forgiving. Okay, so when someone do any offense and say sorry, we should forgive them. We should not have any grudge on them. So for example, if we do any mistake and if we go towards others and say sorry, what do we expect? We expect us to be forgiven, right? The same way, whenever some other devotee or someone else says anything, we can forgive it. We know we have to forgive it. We know Ambarish Maharaj's story, the past time. Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was on fast and he was waiting for Durvasa Muni to break the fast, but the auspicious time is going on, so he had to break the fast with little water. Then Durvasa Muni got very angry and he created a fierce demon to kill Ambarish Maharaj. But see, when Durvasa Muni tried to kill Ambarish Maharaj, Krishna released Sudarshan Chakra to kill Durvasa Muni, right? So Durvasa Muni has to roam all over, but he couldn't be saved. How he got saved finally? He went to Ambarish Maharaj and then he bowed down completely. Then Ambarish Maharaj did not hold any grudge. He didn't do any mistake, but Durvasa Muni was throwing like a demon on him. Still Ambarish Maharaj forgiven. That is the quality that a Vaishnava has to develop. The next one is Santushta Satatam Yogi. Satisfied. The yogi means the one who is in devotional service. He's always satisfied with whatever he has. He is satisfied in the devotional service. Satisfaction does not mean that we are stagnant, right? Okay, whatever it comes, that's okay. I don't want anything. Okay, I don't put my trials. It is not like that. Satisfaction is being happy with whatever comes with our own accord. Instead of being stagnated, we should use all our potential and all the intelligence that is provided by Krishna. So we should, with that in mind, the students see, satisfaction doesn't mean I'll get 35 marks and I'll leave. No, Krishna has given us complete intelligence. If we don't use it, it is not a quality of a Vaishnava. So whatever the intelligence we have been given, we have to completely use it and progress in whatever way, in the studies, devotional service, or whatever the responsibilities we have. We should always be satisfied with what we have, not that what others have. That is satisfaction. The next quality is yatatma, self-control. Yatatma means self-control, mind control. We should always keep our mind in control in such a way that we should do everything which is favorable to progress in the Krishna conscious life. The next one is Dhrida Nishchayaha. Dhrida Nishchayaha is determination. We should have, as I told earlier, we should have determination towards our goals. And our supreme goal should be to attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and become the dearmost devotee of the Supreme Lord. This is the key. So the formula for becoming a dearmost devotee of the Supreme Lord is there in this slokas. So we should not mistake determination to be in passion. That I have to do it anyway. Not like that. I have to do it in such a way that it should balance our health, our spiritual life, everything. So the next one is again another important quality, Mai Arpita Mano Buddhir. You have to do all these things by fixing the mind and intelligence on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the most important quality that is needed. So, Mai Arpita, give it to Krishna. Should give love and devotion to Krishna. So, a pure devotee possesses all the qualities now which we discussed earlier. So, that kind of devotee of the Supreme Lord is very dear to Krishna. So, this is the formula to be very dear to Krishna. Now, how will we get that, the bhakti or these things? We'll get a seed of bhakti from a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master. And then that seed becomes a proper creeper by regularly watering. What is regular watering of the bhakti seed? Yes, chanting, hearing, doing services. So that will be, in that way the creeper grows. But in order a plant to grow, the soil also should be fertile. How will the fertility of this bhakti soil increases? By developing all these qualities. Forgiveness, giving forgiveness, determination, obedient, humility, all these qualities makes the soil for the seed to grow into a creeper, gives the fertility. So in the heart with the fertility of these all good qualities, the bhakti creeper grows very luxuriously. So that is our Krishna conscious moment. So the whole Krishna conscious moment is to how to become dear to the Supreme Lord. Right? So Krishna says that in 9th chapter that he is no one's enemy or no one's friend, which is neutrality. But how one can be more dear, right? So he explains in the same sloka in 9.29, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshastina priyaha e bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maiteteshu chapyaham. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. I'm equal to everyone. He is neither envious nor friendly to anyone. That is general. But there is a special line also, special significance. That is, Yetu bhajanti mam bhaktya. Persons who are engaged in devotional service with love and faith, teshu te mai. Krishna says, I have got a special intimate relation with them. Right? So Krishna is not partial. Right? It is general. Right? A parent, if they have 2-3 children, whatever the daughter or son shows more affection, more obedient to the father, then father is naturally inclined to them. This is not partiality, that is reciprocation. So that is natural. So we have got this natural instinct. So Krishna also, God also has the same instinct. That's why he's telling, I'm equal to everyone, I don't envy anyone, but my devotees are very special to me. I share an intimate relationship with them. So we are just the samples of God, right? Whatever the qualities of God have, we also have, but the quantity is different. God has like a big sea, we are like a drop of the sea. So it is mentioned in 15.7 sloka the same. Mamai vamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashastrani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. The living entities in this conditional world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to the conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the 6 senses, which include the mind. So just like one drop of water from the sea water, if we can understand the whole chemical composition of the whole sea. The same way, like when a rice is cooked, just holding 1 grain of rice, we can get to know whether it's completely cooked or not. The same way, we can get to know the qualities of the Supreme Lord if we analyze ourselves completely. So as I mentioned earlier, the quantity is different, the quality is different, but the qualities are the same, but the quantities are different. We do have some inclinations, propensities, so the God also have the same. So the difference is that we are like a drop of sea water and he's like a vast sea. Now that is Krishna also told. So why it was told in the first line, right? Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Why we have to should not be envious to any living entity. It is also confirmed in chapter 14, the 4th verse. Sarva yoneshu kauntiya murtaya sambhavantiyaha tasam mahadyonir brahma ajam aham bija pradah pita. Because Krishna is the seed-giving father of every living entity. He says, aham, I am the seed-giving father. Not only the human society, other societies, animal, beast, bird, vegetables, plants, anything, they're all Krishna's sons, the God's sons. That's why Krishna says, one who is actually a devotee and wants very dear to Krishna, his first qualification should be not envious, non-envious, adveshta sarvabhutanam. So now, when we are doing all these services, everything, so outside world will talk, right? Why are you doing all these things? Why are you putting so opulent dresses or so many things? Why are you wasting money? Why don't you serve the poor people? Because Krishna is there in everyone's heart, right? If they think Krishna is there in everyone's heart, then Krishna is there in rich people also, the poor people also, the animals, right? Why are they sending the animals to the slaughterhouses? For speaking, generally speaking, no one is rich, everyone is daridra only, because everyone is falsely identifying with the body. They are not trying to understand the lost relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in that way, everyone is daridra, everyone is poor. That's why we are having these temples and doing all these services to give equally the knowledge to everyone. So to understand that Krishna is in everyone's heart, it is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 61 verse. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshu arjuna tishtati. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in everyone's heart. If we have got such vision, then we'll be seeing the Supreme Krishna everywhere, the Supreme Lord Krishna in every living entities. Then when we see that, we cannot send the goats or cows to the slaughterhouses and eat this so-called poor people, they'll eat meat, right? So we should stop that. This is not a bhakta's business. The bhakta's business is to be kind to all the living entities. The other one which we mentioned, that we have to serve the poor and send the animals to the slaughterhouses, that is demoniac nature. So now now that we understand what is bhakta's duty, we have to understand that advesta sarva bhutanam. We should be equally kind to everyone, either to the rich or poor. Because the poor is also lacking knowledge, we can educate them. What is the body and soul? How we are related to Krishna? How can one be very dear to Krishna? Right? So Krishna did not say that only human body is very dear to me, the human devotee. Every living entity is very dear. Sarva yonishu kaunteya. So it does not mean that a person who is beautiful is a human being, or a dog which is very dark is not a living entity. So everything is the same. So a bhakta, a devotee will have, a pure devotee will have that kind of samadarshanaha, which is pandita samadarshanaha. So it is in 5th chapter. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmani gavihastini shuni chaiva swapakecha pandita samadarshinaha. Whoever have the vision of that, to see each and every living entity the same, those people are called, those devotees are called panditaha, the one who knows everything. We should not see to the dress, we should see what is inside the dress. So Krishna similarly says to Arjuna, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jaram. One has to see asmin dehe, who is there in this body that is making the body to move. That is the spiritual advance, right? So the gross body is just made of the material elements. It's like the coats and jackets we wear made of the materials. So we will have to give importance to what is inside the soul. So one should not be swayed away by mind, intelligence and ego. So that is panditaha. The pandita's duty is to let everyone understand that, understand the concept that this body is just a bag of bones and flesh. There's nothing else. Whoever understands that and comes to the God's path, the absolute realization path, they are panditas, and anyone else around us, we have to help them to understand this. This is the duty of a Vaishnava. That's why Krishna says, no, this kind of devotee, This kind of devotee who makes understand everyone the importance of the spiritual realization is very dear. So every one of us wanted to see God, right? But Prabhupada used to tell that his Guru Maharaj used to tell, don't try to see God. Try to do work in such a way that God sees you. Anyhow, we cannot see the God because our senses are very impure. We cannot see God. So this is the moment, Krishna conscious moment. The Krishna conscious moment is helping us to work in such a way that we'll become dear to Krishna and God sees us. Okay, so that is our business. That is what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. We should not, we need not go to like temple and God ask for daily bread and butter, right? Instead, but that is also good. But for a higher cause, we are coming to the temples to educate ourselves, learn more and more the devotional practices, right? But going to God and ask our desires is also okay, because who else we can ask, right? That is better than the atheists, right? They don't even agree to the concept of the deity of God. So it is stated, it's good to go to the temple. So also that's in Bhagavad Gita it is also mentioned, 4 kind of people approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaturvida bhajante mam, jana sukritano arjuna, artho jignasurartharti, jnani cha bharatarshabha. 4 kind of devotees, men, pious men. Whoever goes to the temple, they are pious. It means in their previous life they would have built some sukriti. That's why they are able to come to the temple, right? So they come to the temple, these 4 kind of people which is mentioned in this sloka. Arthor arthadi jignashir jnani. Arthaha means the distressed, who are in pain. And artharti, they wanted something, they need something, the money. Next one is jnani. Jnani is, he's searching knowledge about the God. No, and jignashu, inquisitive, he wanted to know more and more. So these 4 class of people, they have piety in their background. That's why they're able to come to the temple and pray to the Lord. So they'll come to the temple. Instead of taking the shelter of other things, they have come to the temple, they have come to the God. So they are sukritinas. The opposite one is dushkrutinas. They don't have any pious credits. So that's why they do not approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead or any God. So it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita the same. Namam dushkritano modaha prapadyante naradhama. Naradhama. The one who do not approach the God, they are called naradhama, the lowest of mankind. Because they don't have any other sense other than engaging themselves in the material enjoyment. That is not the goal of the human life. The human's life goal is to self-realization, absolute truth, to know about absolute truth and serve them. So so when they don't come to the temple, why they don't come? Because mayaya aparitra jnanaha. They are bewildered by Maya. That's why they are not able to come. Okay, so we know Ravana, he is a very learned scholar. He is a son of a Brahmana. He has lot of riches and he used to worship Lord Shiva. But still, why is he designated as Rakshasa? Because he did not care for Rama. Even though he is a devotee of Shiva, he is not following the Shastras to be the eternal servant of Rama or Krishna. Instead, he was against them. That's why he is Rakshasa. Why is he? Because of Mayaya apaharita granaha asuram bhavam ashritaha. So that is his position. So Krishna directly says, how can one become a devotee or dear to Krishna? In this, by seeing all the activities. As soon as one becomes a devotee, Krishna will take care of them. Krishna will take care of them in such a way that we progress very nicely in bhakti. We'll get devotee association and then we get service. By doing that, we'll be away from the Maya. If we not come to the temple, outside is so much Maya, right? So in the same is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. 3.27, Prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. So, long you are not a devotee, simply you will be like a normal person. For example, if anyone does a mistake, he will be jailed. He will be a criminal and he will be taken care by the superintendent of the jail or someone in the the jail. Whereas the general citizens, they'll be taken care by the king or the prime minister or chief minister or something. The same way, if we are not taken care by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we'll be taken care by Maya. So that's why Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyaha mokshayishyami machushaha. This is the way. If we actually surrender to Krishna, then Krishna will take care of us, not Maya. Otherwise, if we are not doing also, it is mentioned in 18.61, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridesh arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani maya yantra rudhani mayaya. Again Maya, it is mentioned second time. If you do not directly come under the care of Krishna, then you are under the care of material energy. The same way the jailer is taking care of the criminals, we are taken care by the Maya, not the Supreme Lord. So if we are under the care of Supreme Lord, everything, even that material nature is controlled by the Supreme Lord, that will remove all the clutches of Maya on us, which is mentioned in 7.14, the same. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya Mame vaye prapadyante maya me tam tarantite. The divine energy of mind, consisting of three modes of material nature, is very difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered on to the Supreme Lord can easily cross beyond it. So, the jail superintendent's business is to correct that criminal. The same way, to become a right citizen. The same way, Maya's business is to give you the trouble. Right? So, in order to get released from that, just to correct ourselves, we should become the devotee of the Lord. Unless we become the devotee of the Lord, kicking off the material nature, stringent laws will go on. As soon as we surrender to Krishna, there's no involvement of Maya upon us. Then we'll be very free. We'll become liberated. Liberator means it is not that liberation from birth and death. Liberation means freed from controlling of Maya. Therefore, those who devotees, they are already liberated. So, once they are liberated, they will be in Prasannatma, which is mentioned in 18.54. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. So he will become devotees, will realize the Supreme Lord and will be very joyful. The translation is also same. One who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that state, he attained the pure devotional service unto him. Once you approach Krishna, we receive the pure devotional service. Doing the devotional service, all the impurities in our mind will go away. All the impurities of, it is mentioned, people say, right, instead of wasting the money in temples, why don't you give it to the poor people? What are the poor people doing? They're eating meat. They're making the slaughterhouses. So this kind of misfortunes will go away from our mind once we come in contact with the pure devotees and get the pure devotional service. So that's why Krishna is saying here, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. We should not be envious to any living entity. Everyone is a son of the God. Then in that case, why we should have discrimination, right? So people says that this is US, you all come, Indians are foreigners to US. Are they taking the care of their own national people? Even a cow is a nation, belong to the same nation. Why are they sending it to the slaughterhouses? Because there is no bhakti, there's no Krishna consciousness. There is a distinction between living entities. We as a devotee should not have that. A pure devotee will have this quality of adveshta towards all the living entities. So, if the government or the leaders should be favorable, how this can be possible is only by the Krishna consciousness movement. So, this is the responsibility of every devotee to be dear to Krishna, to give this knowledge to whoever we meet. That is one of the qualities. The next sloka, word Maitraha, which we treated, Maitra means treat everyone like a friend. A devotee is a friend to everyone. He does not try to kill anyone. So, once friendly, Karunaha is kind. Devotee is kind to everyone. So, if we are kind, we should always try to spread the Krishna consciousness everywhere. Kindness doesn't stop at India or to the Muslims or the Hindus or in my family. A Krishna conscious pure person, pure devotee will always preach Krishna consciousness all over the world as soon as possible, as far as possible. That is Karunaha. The next one is Nirmama, without claiming any personal proprietorship. Everything belongs to Krishna. As I mentioned earlier, it is stated in 5.29, the sloka, Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhrudam Sarva Bhutanam Nyatva Mam Shranti Mruchyati. Prabhupada says this is a peace formula. One who understands that a person in full conscious of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and the well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. So, Krishna is a proprietor. Then in that case, why we should claim, right? Everything belongs to Krishna. So, a pure devotee has that quality that makes dear to Krishna. The next one is Nirmama and Nirahankaraha. We should not be in the false identification of the body. The identification should be, I am Krishna's eternal servant. What am I? Now my identity may be king today, tomorrow I can become a beggar. So is that a permanent identification? No. The proper identification is that I am the eternal servitor of Krishna. If I'm here in India, I'll work as a servitor of Krishna. In US, I'll work the same. So if we feel there's no ahankara in that, we'll come to the right conclusion that I'm the son of the Supreme Lord. I'm the daughter of the Supreme Lord. I don't belong to anyone. The next one is samadukha sukha. A devotee is equal in material happiness and distress because he's convinced that he's not a material body. So the pains and pleasures of this material body is just to the body. Like because we have got a material body, we feel hot sometimes, right, in the summer. Then how do we treat it? With ACs. And winter, we got cold. We treat it with the heaters. So if we feel like that, we will understand, we will be the equal. Like if we think that we are not the body, we'll be same in the pain and the pleasure. Krishna asked, because we are in this body, we should tolerate. We are not the body, but we are trapped in this body. So we should tolerate all these pains and pleasures with samadukha. So the same is mentioned in 2.14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukhakadaha agama payano nityaha tam stitikshasva bharatam. We should not be disturbed by this material pains and pleasures. We have to execute our spiritual consciousness, which is samadukha sukha. Next one is kshama. As I mentioned earlier, this is the important quality. Every devotee has to be developing that, because we have very good examples where Prahlad Maharaj's life, he has been disturbed by his father, punished by his father. Every time he was troubled by his father, but he was not an enemy. Instead, what did Prahlad Maharaj told at the end of Hiranyakashipu's life? Please make him a devotee of you. He did not ask, he troubled me, I wanted to take grudge on me. So that is kshama. That quality makes us dear to Krishna. So santushta, satisfied. A devotee should be satisfied in any condition of life. We have to understand that all the pains and pleasures are now dependent on the will of the Supreme Lord. So if Krishna desires me to suffer, I should suffer like this. Why should we bother? That is santushta. So in Bhagavatam there are many verses to support that. Tattenu kampa susumakshamano bhunjene vatma kritam. So a devotee, when he is put into stress, he thinks that I should have suffered more, but Krishna has put me in this situation to suffer less. I would have done so much mistakes in my past deeds. That's why I'm getting this. He is not disturbed by any kind of pleasure and pains. The next one is Satatam Yogi. Yogi is one who is engaged in devotional service. Even in distressed condition, Satatam, always, even in the distressed condition, he thinks of Krishna. So that is what is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 6.47, that yoginam api sarvesham madgatayantaram atmana. Whatever it is, he will not neglect his devotional service. And the other one is dhrida nishchayaha. He believes, dhrida nishchaya, firm determination. He believes in the word of Krishna. What is the word of Krishna? In 18.66, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vrajam. A devotee always believes that I have nothing to do only other than being surrendered to Krishna. That is the determination. Simply by serving Krishna, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma krita hayam. Simply by serving Krishna, all other duties are discharged. This is Dhrida Nishchaya. The next one is Mai Arpita Mano Buddhihi. We have to engage our mind and intelligence always focused on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. That is the real meditation. Meditation is not that going and sitting in a room and just closing our eyes. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam also. Dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yoginaham. A yogi is fully absorbed in the thoughts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For him, there is no other business other than thinking of the Lord within the heart. So whenever we come to the temple, we have to take the impressions of Radha and Krishna and always think about them. That is the top yoga system. So that's why the deities are very beautifully decorated in the temples. That's why deity worship is very important. When we get the impression of the beautiful deities, we always think about them. Then we'll become the topmost yogi. And the final one is Mai Arpita Mano Buddhir Yo Mai Arpita. So whatever we do, all these activities, not that not to offer to ourselves. It is an offering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, when one devotee does the devotional service, he'll become a very devotee to Krishna. So if we want to be dear, we have to be seen by Krishna. So if we follow these instructions, which was given in the chapter 12, the last from 13 to 20th verse, all these are the qualities, instructions to make us dear to Krishna. You know, Krishna's love is available for everyone, right? But his trust is available only to his devotees. Like a mom, she'll not give a baby a knife or money, right? The baby does not know the value of a knife or a money. The knife, she may hurt herself. The money she'll keep in the mouth. She don't know the value. But mother gives the love. But when the child grows on, when the child understands the value of everything, the mother gives very happily. That is trust. So we have to build the trust to Krishna. In that way, we'll get special love and special mercy from Krishna and will be very dear to the Supreme Lord. I wanted to conclude it by saying small thing, like regarding bhakti, what I heard from the previous classes. Bhakti makes our head clear, freeing it from misconceptions and doubts. Bhakti makes our heart pure from all evil propensities. These are the formulas that we can love Krishna and we can reach the Supreme Lord. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, devotees, if you have anyone have questions or comments, you want to share your reflections on today's class, please raise your hand, all same way in online as well.
Yes, Mataji.
No, so online people can hear.
Okay. Mataji, this question I have from many days. Worshipping the Radharani in the picture form or in the deity form. What is the difference? The minute difference, we offer to both of them in the any form, right?
So, I heard from the previous, in the Guru Parampara and many lectures that when both are same, but I heard that we'll get an intimate relationship between Radharani and us when we dress, when we feed, when we put garlands, and that the same we can get if it is up to our mind, but to worship in the personal deity form, we should be very pure in our heart and we have to be very cleansed. So once we reach to that state, I think we can worship Radharani directly in the deity form. Prabhu.
Wonderful answer. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rasmai, for nice class.
Thank you.
We'll be moving on to the next part of our program is Arati. Today's Arati Kirtan by Swarna Manjari Mataji and Radha Rajbi Hari Prabhu is doing Pujari service. Repeat. Want to repeat? Level? Huh? Okay.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namo अनुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने।
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे।
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jayo Radha Madan Mohan Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radhe.
Jayo Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe.
Jaya Radha Shyama Sundar Radhe.
Jayo Radha Neel Madhav Radhe.
Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radhe.
Jayo Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Jayo Radha Govind Radhe.
Jaya Radha Govind Radhe.
Jayo Radhe Jayo Radhe
राधे जयो राधे जयो श्री राधे
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः
हराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः
माधवाय केशवाय केशवाय नमः
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदना
गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमदसूदना
गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहना
गिरिवर गोपीनाथ मदन मोहना
श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत सीता
श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गीता
हरि गुरु वैष्णव भगवत गीता
हरि गुरु वैष्णव भगवत गीता
हरिहराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः
हराय नमः कृष्ण यादवाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की यमुना देवी गंगा देवी तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की बृहत मृदंगा की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna Temple of Austin ki. Hari Bol.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
प्रहलाद लाददायिने
प्रहलाद लाददायिने
हिरण्याकाशिपोर्वक्षः
हिरण्याकाशिपोर्वक्षः
शिलतन्कानखालाये
शिलातन्कानखालाये
इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो
इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो
यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो
यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो
बहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो
बहिर्नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये
तव करकमलवरे नाकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गालिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गाम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
तव कर कमलवरे नाकाम् अद्भुत शृङ्गां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय जगदीश जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे
जय जगदीश जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे
जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव
जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव जयो नरसिंहदेव
जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज
जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज जयो प्रहलाद महाराज
जयो गुरुदेवा जयो गुरुदेवा जयो गुरुदेवा जयो गुरुदेवा
जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
गीताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल,
हरि बोल
हरि बोल,
हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
जय जय
प्रभुपाद,
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद,
प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
नरसिंह देव की जय
जय।
प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय
गौर प्रेमानंदी